Yo, what up, everybody, man? Thanks for tapping in. Thanks for the wait. I know we're 21 minutes out of schedule, but you know how it is sometimes and shit, you know?
It be like
Especially,
that.
yeah, especially when you got people driving all the way from Oxnard and we haven't seen each other for a while. We got to catch up. Hazard came over here too, so we got to catch up and all that, you know?
We on nigga time.
Yeah, for real, you know? And then once you get to talking, you guys already know how that goes. But man,
Yeah.
today we got Mark Ford, Mark 40. I'm gonna call him Mark Ford because it's gonna be hard for me to remember the 40 part, you know. But from Oxnard, man, what's up? Say what's up to everybody.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This camera right there.
Yeah, one right here in the center.
What's
And
up?
shit.
Go by 40. I make beats. I rap. I just had a son.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I do video work too. You know.
It's like a one man show and shit, basically,
Yeah.
man. No, that's a trip, but yeah. Let's start a little bit because for our platform, maybe folks don't know you. I know you've been doing your artistry for like a while, bro, right?
Yeah.
You've been at it you've been at
Kinda.
right?
I mean, yeah, no, it's been a while. I'm lying like a motherfucker.
Like
but
rapping for sure, right?
Nah, bro. I started with beats first.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, so I started late, bro. I know some people, and I tell people this all the time. I know motherfuckers that have been rapping since hip hop started. Like a
Mhm.
lot of my OGs and shit.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that I know, like my homie X. That motherfucker been rapping since middle school. So he in his late 30s. So like, he's been rapping for like almost like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I've been rapping for probably like 12 years.
Okay, yeah, that's a while for sure.
Yeah.
When I met you, it was for videos and shit. I remember, I think Big E turned me on to you, and he was like, "Oh, this the homie right here that does videos. Hit him up," and then we ended up connecting and shit.
Yeah.
I remember, I think you shot one of Young Dopey's first videos, two of them, right?
Yeah.
And they're actually one of the high ratings on there too from the newer music and shit.
That was his first videos?
No, like he's been doing videos,
Okay,
but that
yeah,
was the
yeah.
first ones you did for us.
Oh,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
We started
yeah.
with that, you know.
Yeah, no. I like the one that we had in front of homie's house. That shit came out cool.
Oh yeah, with the blue one and shit.
Yeah,
That's
with the 360 cam.
Never
that shit was
fold under
dope.
pressure and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah, that
yeah.
shit was dope, dude.
That
you
shit
know,
was hard,
that was a
yeah.
wilding out video too, huh?
You know what's crazy is he didn't upload the full 4K one. It's 1080p on his
Oh really?
site.
Instead of 4K? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I noticed some folks do that too. Because I had shot like a little video too, but you know when you send the video through text message, it's
Yeah.
just for viewing.
Yeah.
And the quality is downgraded, right? You have to download it from WeTransfer or whatnot, right?
Yeah, so like iOS blocks that shit. So a lot of people think that the cameras and shit are terrible on Android. They're actually better. But iOS, Apple being dicks that they are, they're like, nah, you ain't gonna get this quality, so they block it.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
about the cameras being better and shit, but
They're better.
yeah. we gonna get into the Android Apple battle right here.
He's
and
one of
shit,
these
you know?
guys.
You know, I used to have Android too, and I ain't gonna lie. The thing I used to like about Android was that I could put extra memory in there, so I can buy a memory card and increase my memory. But
Yeah.
they took that off. I think when the S20 started coming out,
Yeah.
they took that one off. So
Ironically, the S20s are dope as fuck, so you kind of don't need them.
oh shit, you have to, but they made it like Apple, right? You have to buy your memory and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you could have like the cloud or whatever, but like to be honest, this is the Ultra. This is the 24 Ultra. This has like 500 gigabytes. Like,
Oh sure,
I ain't filling this shit up, and even if I get close, I just dump it onto my hard drive. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I don't even film music videos. I got 1 terabyte on my iPhone.
Damn.
And I gotta constantly be already deleting shit.
Oh,
yeah?
you just always taking pictures and shit.
Yeah, I take a lot of pictures and then I gotta go through them and shit.
Yeah,
And then I
same.
got 3 kids. You're gonna see right now how your phone memory is gonna
Oh
change
no,
real quick
it
and
already
shit,
is.
you know?
Like my son is like 9 days, and I already just a ton
Every
of
day
photos.
is cataloged and shit.
Every day is crazy.
Yeah. And it's trippy because they start doing some amazing stuff, bro, down the line as they grow and shit, you know, and everything's like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and a lot of audio files, a lot of like videos to review and all that stuff too. So I guess that fills up. You might do it on your laptop maybe or something, right?
Yeah,
you might
yeah.
have like a terabyte.
I
or
don't.
shit.
And I know everybody don't got a laptop or whatever, but I mean, I just dump my shit. I don't even go through the shit like some people look. I just dump it because just put it on a hard drive.
Yeah. Maybe we take it back a little bit, dude, and we talk about like where'd you grow up, bro?
Oxnard, man.
Oxnard, California, born and raised and shit.
So I was born in Harbor City, California, but I stayed out there. I don't know. That was just where I was born, and then my pops is originally from Oakland. My mom's from Waterloo, Iowa, but they stayed in Los Angeles in the Crenshaw area. but it was getting wild at the time right there.
Yeah.
So they moved to Oxnard. I don't know what made them go to Oxnard or whatever, but that's where I spent most of my life. I moved out to Vegas for a little bit. That's where I met this nigga. Y'all can't see the homie Hazards right here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Oxnard most of my life.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's what's up. And then, like, how was it for you growing up in Oxnard, dude?
It was chill, man. So Oxnard is was a small community, very farmer based.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right?
And it was a lot of gangs before. It was a really small community. That's kind of changed. I feel like it's kind of being gentrified right now. But it was a lot of graffiti, skateboarding, like I said, farming and fighters. Like people love to fight in the city. That's why you got like a Fernando Vargas and different cats.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. But I have noticed that they started some fighting, like on YouTube that started in Oxnard, right? Where like people are making like makeshift rings, and then regular people are fighting each other too with boxing gloves.
So I think that's Fight Club Mexico, and that's it's based in L.A., but it's technically started by the homie who used to stay in Piru, Albert, and he started that shit over in Mex, but he brought it over here, so he be doing it in like Venice Beach and Oxnard. And
the one I seen was in Oxnard, so I assume it came from there.
So I actually filmed one because I knew that was gonna be in Oxnard, so I pulled up with the camera and I just started shooting. I actually filmed a music video there too, just getting different footage or whatever. But yeah, those fights are real. If you ever get to check it out, Fight Club Mexico. That shit hit.
Yeah. I've been checking them out. They pop up on the feed, and I just be like, damn.
It's kind of fucked up because you have motherfuckers that really train, and
and then the people that don't.
They be like downplaying themselves, and they be fucking people up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've seen that. They got girls that fight, young kids, adults.
Those are honestly the best ones because they're always funny. No matter if they're skilled or not skilled, they're always funny.
Yeah. It's funny to see too. There's still a lot of people that fight with their head down and shit. So I don't know how they do that, but I seen that a lot on that show.
I think motherfucker, like it's kind of like what you said earlier about like Target and shit. Some people are just retarded. You know what I'm saying? So some people, honestly, they just have aggression. They just want to let it out. And they just want to go crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of stupid people that show up. So if you want to sneak some motherfuckers, let some stress out, pull up.
There you go, right? For the next one and shit, man. And it seems cool though. It seems controlled, like in a controlled environment, so it can't get out of hand. And you take that outside the ring and shit, I guess,
Nah, sometimes, dog, I see motherfuckers straight up get concussed. And like they don't call time or anything, so just make sure you pull up with a homie or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah. Damn, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Nah, and so then going back to you growing up from Oxnard, dude, like what are some of the fun things that you remember from like being a kid there and all that?
Like graffiti, skateboarding. For me, I'm sure other motherfuckers did different shit, but my circle of friends, that's kind of what we were on at the time.
Oh, all right, yeah. And then you went through high school and all that there and shit?
Yeah, high school, all that. Wyoming High School.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And then at this point, are you already like looking into music and all that stuff, like at a young age?
I think everybody kind of experiments with music. I think like certain people, like the friends that I had, we would fuck around at like the lunch table and shit. And, that's when I feel like every era feels like their generation is like the era where hip hop was golden.
Yeah.
But for me, in the era of high school I was at, it was like, I don't even want to date myself, but like 99, so like we had like Snoop, Eminem, The Chronic had just dropped, and that whole era. Then you had like the whole LA underground scene that was going on, so people actually cared about what they were saying. And then you had like just everything. I felt like it was a big explosion, but I think that was because, I was younger, and, like, when you're that age, I feel like everything is dope. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that was a dope era. So like I dabbled with it or nothing, but nothing serious. When I first started actually doing the hip hop shit, I think that was probably like later down the line. I got this game on PS2, and it's called Magic's Music Maker, and it allow you just to loop shit. And I fell in love with that shit, homie. So,
like the early age Guitar Hero and shit, kind of shit?
Nah, there was another one called MTV Music Generator, and I know a lot of people got that, and then they went to like Fruity Loops, was like a beat making software. But I got this shit called Magic's Music Maker, and the homie had let me borrow it, and he's all like, "Hey, just give this back," because he was showing me it, And I loved music before. I wasn't into it, but I just loved the fact of making beats. And I found, you know who Madlib is?
No.
So he's from our area. He's like a famous producer.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at an early age. I was all, that'd be dope just to be able to smoke some weed, fucking just loop some shit and just make some beats or something.
Mm.
That's what I was on. Then later on, I got serious and I got a computer, and I went to Guitar Center, and I was gonna get like a Fruity Loops or something to make beats, but the guy there, he had told me I should get Pro Tools, which is like a recording software.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
So he told me to get that because I'll be able to record myself too. He's all like, "You trust me, you'll be good." It was a little bit more expensive because I had to get, at that time you had to get the interface that came with it and shit. So I was all like, damn.
To plug in the mic and the
Yeah,
speakers and all
so
that,
I was
right?
just thinking like, damn, this is a little bit more pricey, but I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I was trashed for like a year because, you know, I didn't understand what I was doing.
There's a lot of features on there too and shit, right? You know,
There's a lot of features, and the YouTube wasn't popping like that.
Yeah.
With like as far as learning everything.
it wasn't a university yet and shit.
But then I had another homie, and he had this shit called Machine. And when I got that shit changed everything. That was like a year later. I started making beats, and then from there, I did a project where I got like a whole bunch of people local that were like doing things, or I thought were doing things at the time, and I mashed them up over my beats with like Tupac, Nas, Scarface, and I had like one joint on there where I rapped, and motherfuckers was telling me that it was dope.
Mm-hmm.
So shit, a couple years later, here we are.
Oh shit! And around what age was that, bro?
Shit, around what age? Around what year?
Yeah, like you were. You're in high school in '99 and shit.
Yeah, so I think that was probably like 2011.
Oh, all right, yeah.
So like later on.
Yeah, I think we were in high school around the same time because I remember like the Tupac, the Eazy-E, all that shit was bumping and shit, you know.
Yeah.
And I had never really heard underground music. I was like whatever the radio was playing, that's what I was bumping and shit. You know, Power 106 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that shit was dope. But I remember my friends used to go to like the Swap Meet, and they used to get like the new music that was out, like the underground stuff.
Remember
like,
that? That was like the mixtape era.
Yeah. So they would go, and then there would be people playing new music out there, people you haven't heard of, like I think RBO Posse at that time, right? And then I remember hearing RBO Posse, and I was like, damn, this shit's better than the radio shit, you know? And that's where all the Hispanic rappers were at in those Swap Meets, right?
Yeah,
like
you know, see everything.
Conejo probably was there in the beginning, right? Or Little Rob, all these cats and shit, you know?
Nah, Conejo was telling me how he like worked that whole shit while he was in Mex, which is, I thought was really smart, bro.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He's a go-getter and shit too at the, you know? But he was doing like his music out there and all that too, right? You know? Yeah, that's dope, man, you know? And you're working with him right now too, right?
Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of videos for that fool, but it's crazy because there's maybe around, damn.
What?
Nah, it's because the homies going through some shit.
Oh.
Tell you off camera.
Yeah.
This sounds bad, but I think maybe like 2017 when Conejo like beat his case or whatever. I saw him at Guitar Center, and ever since then, like I would be running into him, which I thought was weird because Pugs had told me about him, and I didn't know anything about him because I didn't listen to that demographic of music at all. But Pugs had told me about him, and then I kept seeing this fool, and he would always remember me. And then I shot a video one time, and we were shooting over there in Ventura, and it was in the Avenue, and then a motherfucker creeped up slow in a Suburban, and he had a ski mask on, and we were we had shit too. So like we were about to pull out, and then this fool got out, and we're like, damn, this is really about to go down right now. But then he pulled off his mask. It was that fool. He was all like, oh, I seen you guys were shooting. I just want to give you guys shirts or whatever. It was him and Prime.
All right, yeah.
So they gave us shirts. He jumped in the video, and ever since then, I would see him at the underground hip hop blog events that they would throw the Nightmare Before Christmas, his show.
Oh, okay.
He would do it with the blog or whatever, and I was doing video work for them. So we just had a long relationship, maybe about 8 years.
Oh man, yeah. And then he's getting back to work and all that stuff because he was in the movies and things like that.
He's still in the movies.
Dope, right?
He's in the #1 movie right now, The Working Man.
Oh, really? That's a new one and shit too. Yeah.
With Statham.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one, but I seen the advertisement for
Yeah,
it.
it beat
Dude.
out like Snow White or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
Snow White killed himself, though. You know, like
Yeah,
that's
straight up.
crazy and shit,
Yeah,
man. And that guy did it too, man. The guy from Captain America is like Disney just fucking their shit up. You know,
yeah.
they
I mean,
start
I have
hiring PR people, I guess,
so
man.
so I didn't really see the Captain America. I heard good things and then I heard bad things, but like I'm not really the biggest comic book fan. Like to be honest, bro, like I feel like movies got better, like comic book movies and shit, and Star Wars. Like it kind of got better as far as the look with Disney being involved, but Disney fucked up like everything, bro. Like when Disney got involved, like I don't really fuck with Disney like that, man.
Oh, really?
Nah.
Yeah, you know, I'm a fan of the movies. I like watching the movies. Like I saw Snow White and I liked it. I just hate the ending and shit. You know, because I like the graphics of how they make shit look and all that, like you're saying, you know.
Yeah.
And I saw Captain America and I liked it. You get me? But again, I don't watch it with a biased mindset.
Yeah,
right?
You know? It's like it is what it is type shit.
And I just be like, oh man, it's a dope ass movie and shit. But to me, like for me to tell you, oh that shit sucks, it'll be hard.
Yeah.
Because I find something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And then regardless if the movie's whack, boring or whatnot, I'll keep watching it to the end. Like I won't start something and not watch it and shit, you know?
So nah, I can't. I ain't
I
saying,
do it,
bro.
dude,
I
you
turn
know?
shit off, bro.
I do that, you know?
I ain't even gonna say anything, but I turn shit off. But
Yeah.
everything's subjective, man. So
Yeah, it
some
is.
shit that you don't necessarily feel. What I used to say shit sucks and fuck that shit. That shit's lame. But now I'm just like that shit ain't for me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
right? Because no, that's good. That's a good way to look at things too and shit. And then to me personally, I don't care what the actors say because I'll go watch the movie because it's a movie and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not going. I usually don't go watch movies because it's somebody's on it. You get me? Like I've seen a lot of low budget shit that nobody knows about that I'll just be like, that shit was dope and shit, you know? I never go, oh, it's Jim Carrey. Let me go watch that movie and shit.
Nah,
You know?
sometimes, man. Sometimes stars have power. You know who I'm like that with? I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't really had a bad movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Denzel, I don't really think he's had a bad movie.
They're going to have to get some new stars, though, you know?
Nah, I know, which is crazy. Like, the newer stars, I don't know, but, like, we were talking how the movie industry kind of coming, or I'm sorry, the music industry kind of coming down. I feel like the movie industry kind of coming down, too, because all these streaming platforms kind of destroyed what Hollywood was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you can get a new movie every day.
Yeah.
Or a new show.
Pretty much.
Right? Like, why wait for a blockbuster and shit, you know?
Or motherfuckers is just on like 1, 2, 3 movies, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really wants to wait for shit to come out anymore, which the whole experience of movies is dope, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, personally, I liked it during COVID where you could watch the movie instantly at home. I prefer to watch it at home and shit, you know?
I like that too, but like for certain movies, like one of them, Top Gun, the new Top Gun.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater and that was dope. And then I watched it later at the crib and it wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same and shit?
Yeah, like you really got to be in the theater.
With the surround sound and
for
all
certain blockbusters with all the CGI and everything that they were using. I thought it was dope.
Yeah. And another thing too, just to touch on the Disney thing, I don't know if everybody knows this, but you know, Disney has stolen most of the things they do, right? Not stolen, but replicated it, right?
Yeah.
And then claimed ownership over them.
Of course.
And then you know that they're actually one of the biggest companies that lobbies for trademark ownership to extend it.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what's making content hard to get created because you can't use a lot of the Disney content because it's protected. And then a lot of content creators recreate, like everything's reused, right? Like nothing is really authentic or as new as much as you want it. It's taken from something and then made into something else, right?
Like there's certain companies, homie, that like I don't know if this is gonna go over people's head, but I don't see how certain shit or certain companies aren't monopolies. Because Disney's a fucking monopoly.
Yeah, it is now, yeah.
Don't get it wrong though, Disney. Like I'll take a check from y'all.
Yeah, no worries. Shit, I own stock from Disney because I know they're doing
know
the
what I'm
right
saying?
thing and shit, you know?
Yeah, but
like Apple too, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
Apple.
Yeah.
That's a demon of a beast right there.
The car industry.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know?
Yeah.
When you start thinking of that stuff like that, and a lot of people don't see it, but that's why you can only buy like a couple different cars in America and shit. And then you don't hear what does Brazil offer or what do they offer or what do, you know? You don't hear these
it looks
options
like
and
that
shit.
shit coming back home though.
Yeah, and we'll see how if that works or not. But you
Nah,
know,
I
before,
really don't know, bro.
so well, I was saying earlier, my personal perspective on what's gonna happen with that, unemployment is gonna rise like a mug. So whatever's out here, most people won't be able to afford.
Mm.
And then the other thing is that they'll give so much money away to start and offset it like they did the first time, but people don't see that the more money they give away, the inflation rises. So if you gotta go get a gallon of milk for $15 and shit, that's what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, it's
The
just,
more money they put into the system,
and we were talking about that
yeah,
stimulus
the
check.
worthless it becomes and shit.
We were talking about that stimulus
Yeah.
check. I don't really think it's gonna mean anything when it, fucking milk's gonna be like $17
Yeah.
or some shit.
And then if you rent and you have no rent control, your landlord's gonna raise the rent because he needs more money now and shit. And now you can't afford to live or eat. Now you're gonna be
well,
like,
like the one good thing
it
that
has the potential of that happening, right?
the one good thing I heard Gavin Newsom say, who I don't fuck with at all.
Yeah.
I heard him say that he was cracking down on like rent control.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if that's a real thing, but
Yeah. I think they do it for votes now and shit. Huh?
oh yeah, everything is for votes. Yeah.
No, it's crazy though. But now going back to you, bro. So now you're bumping music, you're producing beats, right? So you start making beats.
Yeah.
What's inspiring you at this moment to make beats and shit? So now you got the right program. Cause did you fuck with FL Studio too, or just the Pro Tools?
So I downloaded it, but I just never used it like that. I rock with machines since I started really making beats like that. And that was like a year after I got my setup or whatever. And with Pro Tools, I was making shit, but I didn't even know how to loop correctly because again, I couldn't really find shit online to guide me, and I didn't have patience, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't in the game like that. I was like, man, fuck all this reading shit. At least I got a new computer. But then the homie put me up on game, and I got my shit. And what motivated me was just having fun, smoking weed, and vibing and figuring the shit out. Because there are different sounds for everything. So when I say that I love music before, I wasn't able to do it like how everybody's able to do it now. But like I really loved it. So I just went full on head in. I had a lot of time at the time. I had a lot of different avenues where I was making money. So it was chill. It was like the perfect environment for me to like meet people and just do things. And then I started rapping, and then to segue into the video shit, the director that I had shoot my first video, he flaked. So he didn't really flake. He shot the video, but he was taking forever to edit it.
All right.
So I had money at the time. I knew what type of camera he had because I asked. And my homie, he put me up on game on this shit called uTorrent. So I illegally downloaded Final Cut, which I still use today. And I started doing videos for myself. But then after a while, people were all like, hey, this is dope. Shoot a video for me. So one thing led to another.
Oh, that's dope. Out of necessity in a way then and shit. You got into that skill, right?
I feel like everybody there's some people that just organically want to be a videographer or something. But for me, one thing that I think sets me apart from the average videographer that maybe don't have that many years doing it is I was an artist first. So I always try and make, even if I don't necessarily vibe to the song, I want to make the artist look as dope as possible always. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because like you would treat it like if it was your song.
Yeah.
Or something, right? You kind of
because I felt like, and shout out to the director. I know the director and shit. He cool and everything. He actually got the video out. But I felt like he didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
There's just another job or whatever.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I always treat people. And I got caught up in that shit too because I think for a time I was just looking at it as a judge. But you really gotta, like with music, I feel like a lot of people don't give a fuck now because they look at it as like a judge. But you gotta have passion, whatever the fuck you doing. And the passion is gonna carry you to the bag. Don't just have your eyes set on the bag. You gotta love what the fuck you doing because there's gonna be some nights when all money ain't good money, homie. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really love what the fuck you doing.
Yeah. Now that's some good advice too, dude. And one of the things that I like working with you, dude, when we did those music videos was that you show up with ideas and shit. Like a lot of cats just show up and like record, and sometimes you'll give them like, hey, I want this shot to look like this, and they yeah you, and then when you look at the video, it's like not even there and shit, or not even an attempt to get there.
I feel like all videographers that are dope, that are really dope and they tend to last like over years, they do that though. They care about the shit. I don't know if your phone getting fucked up or whatever.
Yeah, we already got restricted, I think.
Just for being too raw and shit.
Yeah, hate speech. Yeah. You talking about Donald Trump and shit.
Oh goddamn.
It's free though. Isn't America free?
Nah, it's supposed to be, but TikTok
it's
is
the
weird
illusion
like that.
of free and shit.
Yeah, nah, I think Twitter's the only thing that's free. I'm gonna call it Twitter. I don't give a fuck. I ain't calling that shit X.
Oh, is he? They changed the name to X?
Yeah,
I haven't been on Twitter ever, bro.
You could say whatever the fuck you want on Twitter. That shit probably ain't gonna get banned. Like even Kanye be saying crazy shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen his new album cover?
Nah.
Dog, that shit is hilarious. You know the whole reason why he calls himself a Nazi and everything, right?
No.
Because he believes that the Jewish heads at the top, not all Jewish people, but the Jewish heads at the top of the music industry have been like plotting on his downfall for a long time.
Oh man.
So this is his new shit.
He doesn't think it's his own mouth and shit. Nah.
I mean,
but you know, Kanye West for sure, he thinks out of the box, bro. You know? Like way out of the box, you know? And to me as an artist, that was cool as shit, dude, you know? He's done some shit out there to me that I'd be like, even though I don't vibe with it, but I'd be like, damn, that's crazy as fuck, you know? Right?
He's a wild boy,
you know?
I'll say that much.
I'd be like, did he really say that shit?
That's his new album cover.
Yeah. And they're like gay?
Nah,
It look like they're holding each other and shit.
That's his fucking wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For everybody that don't know, look up Kanye West's new album. It's him in a fucking clown's outfit.
Yeah.
This nigga's a fucking wild boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll look at that and you'll be like, damn, that's fucking crazy and shit. And then you try and make sense out of it.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy about Kanye is you'll think he's batshit crazy, and then he'll say some of the realest shit ever.
Yeah.
I urge everybody to YouTube why Kanye West doesn't fuck with Jim Jones.
Oh, really? Oh, just say it right here. Say it right here because I need to know and shit.
Nah, y'all gotta watch that shit. That is the funniest and the realest shit. Because I was like, man, fuck Kanye. And then I saw that and I was all like, you know what? I'm a fan again.
I'm gonna have to check it out because I fuck with Jim Jones music and shit. You know?
Bro, we're gonna watch this afterwards. You gonna crack the fuck up. But it's the real. You as a businessman, you gonna be able to understand like what the fuck.
Yeah.
But it's really shit ever.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that shit out. Everybody check it out too, man. We can all be up on game on that. And that's the thing. You see, like me, like I was telling you earlier, I'm a fan of like the movie or the song. Like I don't follow the artist or like I don't like necessarily know what they're saying. Like I just found out DMX died and shit.
God
yesterday. You know? But I've been bumping that fool's music for a minute, and
y'all
I just found out
he has his
yesterday.
face right now. This shit crazy.
But I'm telling you, because I don't follow things like that, dude. Like to me, like I'll bump his music. And how did I find out he died? I think I heard somebody say, "Oh yeah, rest in peace, DMX," and I was like, "That fool died." And then I googled it, and he was dead. I was like, "Oh shit, that fool was fire and shit," you know?
Oh my god!
But I'm telling you, just to give you, I don't think it's ignorance. I'm just not in the mix like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel you. You doing shit. You out here making moves.
Yeah. So I don't like, you know, I'm not on Twitter. The only social media I have is the West Factory one.
You doing fucking companies. You doing up the merch. You know, you out here shaking hands. You at Rams games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't got time for that shit.
I know the Rams and I know the star players. I know probably the new players they picked up, but like I couldn't name their numbers, their stats, or like most cats do.
I know some motherfuckers that know everything.
Yeah, and it trips me out too. I'd be like, damn, how you know that fool threw 32 touchdown plays last year and shit? You know, and
some
I just be like,
motherfuckers just got a good memory. Like,
those are
this
the
nigga
guys
over here. This nigga. Just
those are the guys
really
making that money on Prize Picks and shit because they know they can run 100 yards or not. You know,
if you're really good with memorization and just stats, you could actually make a good bag doing that shit.
For sure, you can. Yeah. I go by that's why I don't bet or nothing because I always bet on impulse. Like I'll just be like, oh, the Rams are playing today. Is Stafford throwing? Is Cooper Kupp in? See, I know they traded Cooper Kupp and all that, but I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put 100 down. But just off that, like I don't know like who they're playing against or what the other quarterback shit does and all that, you know. But I've always been like that. I've never been good with names. Like I'll be like watch a movie and be like, oh yeah, it's that one guy that came out in that one movie.
I'm gonna be real. Like I feel like when I was younger, I had a good memory, but then I smoked a lot of weed, and over time, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That shit fucks you up, cause I am fucked up. But you know, it's a good thing, cause my long term, I feel like it's all right. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go.
It's my short term, but I'm terrible with names.
As long as you don't forget your name, your birthday and shit, you're good, dude.
Yeah, I be forgetting my birthday sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
That's funny and shit. Nah, that's a trip. But yeah, so going back, so now that you started your own video, you know, I've done some music videos. I suck, bro, for sure. But
Yeah.
I could point a camera and get a good content and shit. And I edit on Splice, which is an app on the phone
No, I
and
know.
shit, you know?
Yeah, that's all right.
It's dope.
It's
shit,
a music app too.
Oh, is it too?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Yeah.
It has a whole bunch of sounds and shit that's that you pay for the sounds, or the sounds are license free. So it'd be like vocals and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, that's dope. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I just ran into Splice because I was like, you know, I need to edit this video. And then I was like top 3 or top 5 apps, and Splice was one of them. So I downloaded it, and then intuitively I started like fucking with it and shit, you know?
Yeah.
But out of necessity too, you know? So now that you filmed your video, people are hitting you up. Like, how are you like perfecting your craft? Because I know you're still doing that shit.
Yeah. I did a lot of videos for myself, so I learned a lot of fuck ups along the way. You learn different things. It's just dope over time seeing people evolve with their music. Certain people stop, but you know they still promote old videos. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope to see that. The homie, you know, Destructive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I shot his first video. I think it was his first video. Him and Pugs.
Oh, okay.
They had a record together. And then to see him, he quit rapping. And he strictly just did the video shit. And you see where he's at now. He's just doing that shit. So it's dope to be able to see like people just grow. Like that's kind of what keeps me motivated. Not just the art, but then I'm helping sculpt their image.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit excites me.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Yeah. That's a good motivator to have. It's like other success.
Yeah.
Basically, you know?
Yeah.
So you're not just about yourself and all that, you know?
I think for a while, that's why I don't feel like I enjoyed it. And that's why I was saying, if you're just looking at shit as a bag, you're in it for the wrong reason. If you're doing it for shit that you love, like I'm gonna be honest, some of my favorite videos are songs that I don't even fuck with, but I'm so proud of myself for doing the artist justice, making the shit look tight, that I love it now. You know what I'm saying? And I show other people. So I'm helping spread that music just because.
Oh, all right. Yeah. No, that's dope. And again, I'm a fan of the music, so I be hearing your stuff, the videos, I be tripping out, and I'll be like, oh, how do you do that effect and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And right now I'm like looking into effects because I've seen like a couple different people on Instagram. I know Destruct is doing it, like that video he shot with Big E, where it's like the white background. To me, that shit looks dope as fuck, and it's so simple, right? Like just like there's nothing really going on, and it's just the artist, but the whole white background looks dope. It reminds me of the Matrix and shit. You know that scene with the guns and shit.
It's gonna be crazy with the shit that's coming out with AI. Like I'm on a lot of that shit, and at first I was really scared, and I am, because we were talking about Hollywood. That's one reason why Hollywood's in the shitter, is because AI, and America don't even have the best AI. Like all that shit's in China. Like even the apps that I use, like all the software, all that shit's based in China. But it's crazy how you could make beats. You could put a filter on your voice to make yourself sound like a girl, to make you sound like you're actually a singer, like better than auto-tune. The effects that you're able to generate with AI is crazy. And I think we're maybe like 2 years away from this shit being like in people's pockets. So like a child will be able to make your favorite music and video from like, I don't know, the 90s, but on some 70s shit. And you'll be like, damn, this is crazy. Who made this? And it's just generated off of a prompt. Just telling it what to do. But I think the people that are creative, the people that are dope, will be able to use that to enhance their creativity. Because what I do, and I know a couple other people that started to pick up on this, is I generate like music to sample. So it's royalty free, but I'm generating the music, and then I'll just put like a high pass or low pass filter on it, and then I'll have some fresh shit that doesn't cost me anything. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's dope and shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it used for music, but I use AI a lot for.
You probably have. You just don't realize.
Yeah. Because I use it a lot for like music covers and shit. You know, I use it a lot for like how would you say, like contracts. Right, to create contracts and ChatGPT and shit like that.
You gotta be careful though, man. Sometimes they be having some bullshit. Like motherfuckers be sending emails to me sometimes. I'm like, it's chat GBT.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, you gotta change some of the
Yeah,
words,
no,
bro.
yeah. Not only that, but some of the symbols and all that shit that pops up, and people don't talk like machines and shit.
Exactly.
Right?
So you gotta put some sauce in it. But that's kind of what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's an enhancer if you're smart. If you just one of these don't like target motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, when I first started doing the podcast, I was generating questions from ChatGPT, where I would say like, "Hey, give me the top 10 questions for a music artist that's Hispanic starting." Like that,
Yeah.
and then it would just like, and then I would take the ones that I like and use them and shit.
Yeah.
But now I don't need it because it's kind of like going around, right?
Yeah.
Like the questions are, how do you say, transferable and shit,
Yeah.
But it helps to, like, again, to perfect your craft or to do something, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. You can actually go on ChatGPT and ask them what's the best way to make a podcast, and it'll give you some guidelines, and you can take some of that.
Yeah.
But it takes your mind also, right? It's kind of what you're saying. Like, it's a 50-50. It's just like an enhancer and shit.
Yeah.
I do know that they're starting to make movies out of AI.
Yeah.
Where the actors aren't for real and shit,
Yeah, I'm already kind of doing that shit.
Oh yeah, you see, right?
Yeah.
And it looks so real and everything.
You can't tell.
You can't tell.
Yeah, I'll show you some shit that I did for Conejo because he has a band, and I started experimenting with there, but that shit look crazy.
Yeah. So you'll start seeing a lot of content. That's why they were saying they're gonna stop paying movie stars so much because they'll just AI generate that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't think the U.S. is behind on like the China stuff. I think China releases it, they control it and all that. But I think the U.S. just withholds it, and I think like the army uses it
because it's open source.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah.
So we technically are. That's why there was like a big thing because it's open source. So I forget what it's called, Deep Seek or some shit like that. But that shit's the fastest shit. I forget it. Who is behind Chat GBT? I forget the company.
I forgot too. And
Yeah.
it is a company though and shit.
Yeah.
It's not Google because Google has their
yeah,
own.
the stock straight dropped like when that shit came out. So I don't think it's fake. Huh? Yeah. Well, Nvidia uses it, but it's open source. So they
actually let me Google that right now, dude.
Yeah,
Because
we
I do
sound
remember
dumb as
seeing
fuck.
it. And when you look back at all the AIs, big companies own them. And it's crazy because we're helping them build it for free by inputting all our information and all our needs and wants and all that, you know?
I forget who told me this, but nothing is ever for free. So you know what you're paying with? Your information.
Yeah.
So anytime some shit is free, just know you probably getting played somehow.
Yeah. It says something that OpenAI hybrid for profit and non-profit entity, Sam Altman, but it doesn't give you like the company that funded him, you know?
Yeah.
But everybody's like trying to get their own AI because that's the future of information and
well, I don't know if
you
you know I'm giving out game right now, but that's just already in Instagram. You can straight generate some bullshit. Just it used to be this software called Midjourney. That's the one that I use where you could do a prompt to text. Now all you have to do is in a chat, just say imagine.
Yeah.
And that shit's gonna pop up right there. You might even see it. You'd be like, if you ever typed it in, you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Just type in an idea and it'll generate a picture for you.
Yeah, that's a trip, right?
Yeah.
I've seen portraits being done like in pencil by AI too and shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's
like all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they're saying it's gonna put like artists out of work, but I don't think so because again, it needs the creativity of the artist, right? You know, I think it's gonna go hand in hand. Whoever knows how to use it is gonna be dope.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, AI is gonna do shit that don't seem human, right? So it's gonna seem really robotic.
Yeah.
It's gonna take somebody to add their own oomph or special sauce to it to make it dope. So you're getting shit done a lot easier,
faster.
But also, it's gonna take some creativity for the real shit to really stand out. Or, sad to say, a budget.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's really what the industry is like if you got a budget to push some bullshit.
Yeah. And then I use it right now also for product development. You know, one of the things I do is come up with ideas for products and shit, right? So I'm not an artist. I don't know how to use Photoshop or a design tool like I forgot which one they use, but like CAD or something, right?
Yeah.
So when I have an idea, now I got to present it to people. I use AI to create the product image and just give an explanation about it, you know? And
Giving
that
out
shit works
game.
so cool, you know?
Yeah.
I've just presented a couple products to this company, and they were like, hey, how'd you get these drawings? Because they look so realistic and shit. And I just like, hey, AI is making that shit, you know?
I wouldn't even tell them.
Yeah, I know, right? They're going to start doing them themselves.
Be like,
But again,
I
the
pay my design
creativity,
guy.
the creativity of the ideas with the
Yeah.
companies are gonna lag, right? Anybody
Yeah.
can make an AI drawing, but if you don't know, right now I'll give you guys some game. I'm coming up with a foot fidget, but it's gonna be a mat, and the mat simulates you walking, or like if you want to massage your feet and all that, you can just roll it and put it out. Nobody's thought of that. Everybody's been doing like hand fidgets, finger fidgets, and all that. But a lot of people that have energy, you're like kind of shaking your leg, and if you're at work or you're an older person recovering,
I actually seen
you know?
something like that. Not to even knock you off.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Your rocker about that, but they're using it for video games.
Oh,
And,
really?
and like for rides, yeah, it's like a whole simulated walking experience with like beads or some shit. So you don't really walk anywhere, but you could be running on it.
Yeah.
You could
But
be
that's
going this
for
way.
for games, right?
Yeah, for video games
so
and
that
shit.
you can be running and staying in place and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
this one's gonna be more like medical use and shit
medical,
like that.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
recovering,
Therapy.
really, therapeutic. There you
Yeah.
go and shit. So for like a wellness category.
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
dope.
If somebody rips me up, it's cool because again, I'll just come up with the next best one and shit, you know. And that's what comes to the idea is like if you got to be original in ideas, and I think
Yeah.
that's what you got in your videos, bro.
I appreciate
you know,
it.
for sure, and that's why I like fucking with you too and shit, man. You know, and it's just we haven't been able to connect recently and shit because I know you're busy sometimes, and I'm like last minute, you know. 'Cause
Yeah, real people do real things. You know what I'm saying?
for
We
real.
out here.
Yeah. And then like I don't rap, so I have to work on somebody else's schedule. So whenever they hit me up like, "Hey, I'm busy. I can shoot a video Saturday."
And rappers are compulsive as fuck. So it'd be like, hey, I need somebody here in 5 minutes.
What is it? They gotta feel it. I'm
Yeah.
feeling it right now. and
Yeah,
shit,
you know what I'm saying?
Should have been feeling it last week, so we could have scheduled it.
It's
Nah,
hard.
for
It's
sure.
hard though, man. Even
Nah, it
me
is,
as an
it is.
artist, like sometimes, like part of the artistry and the creativeness is being compulsive, because it's so weird, bro. I feel like when you do your dopest shit, sometimes it's like capturing lightning in a bottle. Like you could really just be chilling out and you'll be walking around or something and an idea strike you and it's just that feeling. And it's so hard to describe. Some people that get writer's block or they just can't concentrate, they just can't duplicate it. But when that feeling hits, sometimes I'll be doing some total other shit, whether it's video shit, whether it's music shit, whatever. If I feel the urge to, let's say, write or write some shit down, I got to do that shit right there because that shit don't come all the time. And sometimes it may not even be whole bars. It'll just be words that convey a feeling for me. And all I have to do is put those in syllable form. And then the record's already done. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. And I'll tell you something about writing too, dude. You know, and I hate to talk about myself a lot, but I just feel like I keep saying this shit. I got a relatable life and shit. You know?
Yeah.
But you know, I've been married for 20 years and shit.
Oh,
right?
goddamn.
You know, I know, for real and shit. Well, I've been together with my wife for 20 years. We're going on 17 married.
God damn.
In May and shit. You know,
Sheesh.
for real, right?
What's the secret?
I don't know, cause you know we used to bump heads a lot. But we both love each other, man. You know, we're always there. She wants the best for me. I want the best for her. So that's always worked, you know?
So peace one?
Yeah, peace. Yeah. And sometimes you got to know when to just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, and that's I don't want to say that goes both ways because she watching, she's going to take that the wrong way. But I've learned to know when I got to shut the fuck up,
Nah,
you know?
my girl watching, I'll be like, sometimes she got to shut the fuck up.
Everybody, you know? That's the thing, right? Because situations elevate so easy.
Nah, but
right?
I feel like for my situation, I feel like peace one. I feel like we're both at a point in our life where we do love and care about each other, but we also care about our peace of mind, because the only way that we're going to give each other the best version of ourselves is being at peace. So you know what I'm saying?
No, that's true, man.
And a lot of people always think it's like 50-50. Nah, nigga, you got to do 100-100. So sometimes if she a real one, she ain't going to require your full 100. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be willing to take it there, you know, because there are going to be some days where she's off and there's going to be days where I'm off, and she going to need to mentally push me up, you know, and I'm going to be there for her too, doing the same shit.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, man, you know? One of the things that I suck at was always expressing my feelings. You know, because growing up as a young kid, people use your feelings against you, right? They learn how you react,
Yeah.
and then they treat you as such, right? Like,
Well,
oh, I know this fool's gonna get mad if I just push a button, and then boom, it's over with, you know?
I think that's the 48 laws of power. It's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So one of the things me and my wife do now, since this Valentine's Day, we bought this book, and we write love letters to each other in the book, back and forth. And then like that we can communicate with each other and shit, like feeling wise, you know, like this how I feel about you, or this what I love about you, whatever it is and shit, you know, just random shit whenever you feel like writing and shit, because I don't write much now either and shit,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's a dope idea, so we do that and shit, you know, for each other.
I think that's dope, man. I think
After 20 years, bro, you get me? Shit.
I was even thinking like maybe even not just notes, but like how long are the notes?
It don't matter. Like I just wrote one the other day when I was in Utah, and it's like a page. It's just a small book, so maybe I want to say like 3 paragraphs and shit.
I say that's perfect because I when you say notes, I thought like on some text shit, but yeah, like actually taking the time for the person and not.
Oh,
for,
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah, not for this ain't for everybody, but we talking about somebody where you feel you like you found your partner.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes we get so involved in life that we don't take the time to do shit like that. And sitting down and thinking about something creative in a creative way to express why you care about them.
Yeah.
I think that shit goes a long way, especially like for females.
Yeah, like this was corny. It's gonna sound corny, but I love it. And I do it because I love my girl, you know.
Yeah.
But I missed her when I was in Utah, so I wrote a letter about missing her and why I missed her.
Oh man.
You know. Right, so it's like it just comes naturally and shit.
I bet you got your balls drained.
She hasn't read
night.
it. She hasn't read it and shit, man. You know, but that's how I'll do it. Or sometimes it's say if I feel sad, I'll be like, I could write a letter about why I feel sad, like why you make me sad, or it doesn't have to be necessarily. It's just the feelings. And
I think
shit,
that's good too, because I feel like that's progressive communication. Because I feel like sometimes when we are on our feelings, we don't necessarily know the right things to say. And taking the time to actually get your thought out, and where you proofread, and make sure it sounds legit and everything. I think that's dope. I don't, especially in the society that we in now with like social media and like quick likes and fake
like
news,
fake love and shit,
fake news and shit, and just bullshit. I feel like that's dope. So hats off to you.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, that's some like going back to like expressing your in words and shit. You know, like but not going back to you, bro. So, what's some of the funnest things you've done, like from your perspective, like in music videos that you thought like, oh, I'm gonna try this new shit, and was like, oh, that shit came out dope?
Probably like AI, or like anytime like I get like a dope feature from somebody I respect. Cause what's dope about music is for the longest time I used to look up at people, and the longer you do this, the more you care about the craft. You realize everybody kind of the same. Some people just they've caught on, or they've had a push that you don't see, whether it's like with the industry, whether it's a business, whether it's somebody that's a donor that's supplying the marketing money for them to be seen. It's all the same shit. So people that I've looked up to have turned into my peers.
Oh, all right,
So I feel like we're at the same level. So so was it just videos or was it like music?
No, anything in your creativity, basically, bro.
I think a big milestone for me was like me getting into NBA 2K.
Well, that's a dope segue right there, man. Because I did hear that on another podcast. I was watching what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And then that's one of the things was like, what's the process of that, bro?
So I did a song with the homie Yipes. He's like big in the fighting game community, and we did a song. And I met this nigga like years ago, and I would always send him my music, and then out of nowhere, he says, hey, man, I want to do a track with you. So I got a beat from the homie DJ Manipulator. And we got on that shit. And it was like big. It's pretty streamed. It's one of my most streamed songs. But then we got another one, and I got the homie Graphwise on the beat. And then Manipulator did the cuts or whatever. And I was just thinking it was going to be a whatever song. But he streams. So a lot of people watch his stream, like, thousands of people or whatever. So I guess one of the people that was in the chat that time worked for Take Two, which is the parent company for NBA 2K, EA, all that shit. So he reached out to both of us, got all of us paid, the producer, the DJ, both of us. And since like it's technically through me and the producer's label, because I don't know if you know how publishing works.
A little, yeah.
So you get paid twice. So we got paid. So I mean, it was pretty good. Shout out to 2K and EA and all that shit. But it was dope, man. It was a dope experience because I grew up playing like a fight night, and there was homies back then that were on the game, and I was just tripping out. And homies that I didn't even know were from the city. I just thought these are major artists. One has a platinum record with Akon, Sean Biggs, but he's from Oxnard, and he was on Fight Night, and he got that placement. So it's just dope. Now I'm like actually, it feels like I'm part of the lineage that's could say that I was on a game and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, that's dope, dude.
And it's
And then, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nah.
No, so they pick it up because they knew one of the artists, or that was it like submissions that people
He
submit.
didn't know the artist at all. He was a fan of the record.
Oh shit, dope,
Yeah.
dope.
What's crazy, and this is crazy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I didn't really fuck with the record. I just thought it was like, oh, we gonna get on this because homie had picked the beat. Like I wanted something more soulful or something more bounce and hype, but he was picking that one as some really, really dark, grimy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just did like a whatever verse. I took like 15 minutes, sent it back to him, and then that's the record that got picked. So that's why I say for all artists, man, shoot your shot at whatever. Don't feel like you confine in the box because you never know what's gonna hit.
Yeah, yeah, and take care of your publishing and shit.
Always take care of
Yeah,
your publishing. Always, if you can, no matter what. This is gonna sound weird to people that don't understand, but always split your shit with the producers, even if you pay for the shit, because you're building a relationship. And like Graph-Wise, Manipulator, they shot me free shit, but I included them. Now we're like brothers. They just shoot me shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like, cause I know NBA 2K does submissions sometimes too, right?
Yeah.
To get the music on there. Cause I know a producer, Underground Chemist,
Mm-hmm.
that submitted his music, and people vote. Like,
Yeah.
should this be on there or not, or some shit like that. So
yeah, I ain't had to do none of that shit.
yeah,
so,
that's dope. That's just
yeah.
off talent, bro. You get me?
Yeah.
Like people fucks with it and shit. That's dope.
Yeah.
And then so you played the game and heard it and everything too? And shit?
I'm gonna be honest. I got like a free code to download it, but like I'm kind of more into fighting games, so like
Yeah,
Street
yeah.
Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Capcom, all them joints. But as of now, I got so much going on in music with videos, and I'm working on a new project, and just had a son.
Yeah,
That I
yeah.
don't really even be playing games like that. So
Oh, all right, yeah. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of the time. I used to like playing a lot of games, but I
yeah,
like
It's time.
Apex Legend and all that. But now to
Yeah.
find the free time, now it's like, oh, let me just chill with my girl and watch a movie, or let me go with my son to the mall.
And
or
it's
some shit,
and
you
it's the same. Like and it sucks too because I still like the games.
know? Yeah.
But every time that I just feel like I'm chilling playing a game, I feel like I'm cheating myself.
There you go.
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I need to be doing something else. You know what I'm saying?
I bought games and never played it.
Same. I
Just because
still,
I was like, that
still
shit's dope.
fucking
You
do
know?
that shit.
Yeah.
Still do that shit.
Yeah, until I got caught on, I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna play these games and shit.
Yeah.
You know.
But
And
I'm-
sometimes, like today, I saw the PS5 remote, and I was gonna play too.
Yeah.
And then they called me or something, and I just left it there and shit. You know.
It be like that
TV on
sometimes.
and everything and shit. You know. Hey, and if you don't mind me asking, bro, just to school the folks here a little bit, like if your song gets picked, is that like a one-time check or is it like a residual check?
So you could work your own deal. Unfortunately, we couldn't work ours.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a licensing deal. So
Mhm.
pretty much for 5 years, they own that record and they pay you the licensing fee for it. And they also pay you as the owner of the record if you're the owner of the record. It could be that the person that a lot of people are leasing beats.
Yeah.
If you work out a deal with them or whatever, then the producer is probably the owner. So he going to get paid twice. But this is another reason why it's dope to create your own shit if you can make beats, if you could give somebody to give you free shit. But again, I would include them in the shit so they get paid. So you're building out a relationship.
Yeah, they'll show you love down the road and
Yeah.
shit, right? Yeah. And then that's the thing with music, dude. Like, you know, it's been going on forever. Like, there's one-hit wonders to name fucking like thousands and shit, right?
Yeah.
So you never know what song you're gonna make that get picked, right? Like you had no idea that song would ever got picked for anything,
I
right?
had no idea.
It was
Out
just
of
another
all the
song.
records,
Yeah.
and I have random people, like I'll be at shows and shit, or even I'll be filming some shit, and I'll tell them who I am. They're all like, "Oh, you're in fucking 2K," and it's crazy to think that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
No, that's dope, dude. That's dope. And what are your aspirations, bro? Like, what do you see yourself like in the next 5 years doing? Like, what are you trying to do?
Man, I've said this before on different interviews, but movies, man, somehow. Now that like the homie Conejo is like really dope, and you know with a lot of shit that he going on, I'm trying to like finagle my way in there as far as probably doing like a small short film and then you know, we'll pitch it around, see if we can get like a budget or somebody to buy it, and then maybe going from there. But you know, definitely raising my son. Definitely still dropping music, because for a while I was all like, man, I'm too old to be doing this shit. But from different channels and platforms that I use, people always reach out around the world, like not just here in America, but people overseas are more hip hop heads than there are here. Hip hop, from the hip hop that we grew up with, they love that shit. Like Denmark, Paris, South Africa, Australia, even fucking hip hop heads. Japan. I did a project with somebody that reached out that bought a whole bunch of my vinyls one time in bulk. He bought like 25 of them.
Oh man.
Didn't like get a deal or anything. He bought in bulk,
full price and shit,
for the full price of the records, and I was all like, shit. And then he reached out to me and he was all like, hey man, I just want to do a project with you. And he pressed up a vinyl over there and it sold out. But like, people are hip hop heads around the world. So that's another thing I say to artists is, don't just put yourself in a box where you think it's just people around you that need to support you and listen. Like, your biggest supporters aren't going to be your friends, homie. They're going to be total strangers. And it's supposed to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a trip, though, because, you know, we give a lot of shit away, bro. You know, beanies, hats, whatever.
Tax write-off.
You know, marketing expense for sure. But, you know, we do it because we want to get our brand out there. And sometimes you can tell some cats may not have the cheese for it, but they still want, like, oh, man, that shit's hard. And I grew up poor as fuck, bro, so I know the feeling. And, you know, we're prideful people in general, like a lot of men, or, you know. So I'll just be like, hey, here's a beanie, bro, whatever and shit, you know. But I've also met people that I try and give something for free, and they're like, nah, how much is it? And then I'll be like, oh, just shoot me 20. Like, nah, how much is it, bro? You know, and they want to, like, pay the full price and shit, you know?
That's kind of the way I am, because I feel like one of my OGs told me this, and it didn't really stick with me until, like, later on. Pay it forward. You always pay it forward. Even if you're hooking somebody up, even if you want to hook somebody up, if they want to support you or whatever, like, take that as a sign that you got to do that to somebody. And you got to just keep paying it forward. Because I feel like us as human beings, we always feel like we're in our body. As I get older, I don't feel that way. I feel like consciousness is on some Wi-Fi shit, right? And there's different levels to it, different frequencies people will be at. If you want to be at a positive frequency and you always push out positivity, that shit will come back to you. It's laws of attraction for real. Because they're even saying, like, I don't know if you're familiar with, like, quantum physics and all that. So even on the quantum realm, they say there's certain, because light acts as like a wave, and then it acts like a proton, like a particle, right? So what they're saying is essentially light and certain particles in the quantum dimension don't even exist until we observe it. So what I take that for, quite literally, is like, if you believe the shit is real. So if you push out positivity and you do nothing but positive things trying to help people, that's just going to come back to you tenfold.
And I believe that shit, dude, because honestly, like, for our brand, like I'm saying, we not only the free shit, but we've been trying to, like, help people that have zero platforms, bro. You know, and like, hey, you come on the platform, because when we were first coming up, nobody was trying to fuck with us, bro. You get me? Like, we would hit up like a podcast and they'll be like, not even answer us or whatever and shit.
You know, and they might be busy. Never know.
You know, their show, they have a show, you know? And again, I give benefit of it all the time, but at certain time you reach and you're just like, man, all right, man, you know what? I'm going to do my own shit.
But that's kind of what happened with me with the camera.
Exactly, right?
But, you know, like, sometimes you just got to, if you don't like the way somebody else is doing something, don't hate on them. Just start your own shit.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm hating.
Nah, I didn't.
I never
my
said
own
that.
Shit,
you know?
Started your own shit.
Because you get doors closed on you. You're just like, well, fuck it. If I can't get in there, I'm gonna build my own shit.
Some people hate and they wish bad for people. That shit's toxic, and that shit's gonna consume you.
It is toxic, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It wastes more energy than just if we just did something ourselves.
Focus all that anger you have and use it as fuel to just create your own shit.
And then we start letting, like, people on, bro, like, that have zero platforms trying to get started on something, a business or whatever. And then we've seen now people trying to fuck with us and shit, which I love, bro. So it came back, like, just from us trying to put positivity out there and shit, you know? And that's what we continue to do it, though, which is why I'm telling you we hold these contests, like, Smurf Cipher class gave opportunity for people to win money.
Yeah.
The first one we did, people won a feature from Knockout. Eventually we'll do some for free beads, free merch, you know. And that's the idea, is just to keep like giving out, like showing love,
Giving.
bro. You know? Yeah. And I feel like eventually it'll come back. And if it doesn't, well, at least we did something good.
Nah,
You
it's
get me?
gonna come back. Watch.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. So that's what I like. You know, I like the positivity for sure, dude.
And here's the thing about giving back, though. And one thing I gotta say, don't expect something back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, you really gotta find joy in giving shit out,
Yeah.
and find joy in who people are. Now, some people you're gonna come across, they don't seem one way, and then you're gonna find out they assholes. But as a whole, find joy in giving shit out, and then that shit is gonna take it to the next level when you're receiving shit back.
Yeah, for sure. Unexpected love is the best and shit. You know?
It is.
For real.
Because
Right?
I've been surprised like a few times, and it's all like, for real, homie?
Yeah.
And that's just a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And then like, what do you like the most, bro? Just, you know, last few questions, because we're in an hour right now and shit.
Oh, shit.
And it flies by, huh? When
Yeah.
you're just conversating, it's good and shit.
Yeah.
Like, which one do you enjoy the most? Producing, rapping, videography?
You know, doing everything allows me the luxury to, when I might have writer's block, which is maybe, for me, writer's block is not being inspired.
All right.
So it's not me not being able to put words together, or me not being able to edit some shit. It's me just not being inspired, like, oh, this shit's whack. You know what I'm saying? It's being able to jump from different things.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have different things that you could do creatively, let's say I'm not feeling like writing, well, then I can edit, or I can mix, or I can make beats. And being able to jump back from that, I think is dope. Because like I said, I grew up doing graffiti, where we used to spray paint on walls and shit. I feel like music and making beats, like I'm spraying graffiti, but with sound.
All
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's dope.
Making your mark. No?
Yeah.
Nah, that's a corny ass joke. That's a dad joke right there. You won't get the hang of it, dude, you know? Nah, definitely. Oh, yeah, and then, like, to kind of go back a little bit, dude, like, you have your new child, bro, like, 9 days old, you mentioned, right?
9 days.
Like, how is that? How is that, dude, being a brand new father and all that?
So
dude?
I was actually in San Francisco at the time, and my girl had hit me up, and she was all like, hey, guess what? And the way she was sounding, she wasn't sure. So I don't know why. I was all like, damn, you got in a car accident, huh? And she was all, nah, I'm pregnant.
Oh, shit.
And it just threw me off guard, because we had been trying for maybe like 2 years and nothing. And then this shit popped off, and then, you know, that 9 months flew by fast. We didn't have any arguments or anything. And, you know, like, we older, so it's actually dope to be experiencing it again. But this is my first son.
All right.
So it's kind of a trip seeing myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I have a daughter, but seeing myself and him is a trip, you know?
No, definitely, and then you get to make him a better man than you and shit, bro. You know, at least give him the tools to be.
Shit, all I could do is just give them the tools. You could lead somebody to the lake, but it's up to them if they're gonna fish or not. Like, I'm gonna show them martial arts, I'm gonna show them skateboarding, I'm gonna show them music, but can't push that shit on them. You know, whatever you want to do, I'll be there to support. But there's so much that I'm interested in that, you know, I want to show him, but I don't want to give him too much too, cause
too much game and shit.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. You know, my son, he started. I like baseball and football, so I would press him to play baseball, and he would play. His mom likes baseball, and we would press all our kids to play baseball, dude. And my son, eventually, he got tired of it. He's like, "No, I don't want to go." So we're like, "All right." He picked up drawing and art and shit, and we let him grow himself. But we want our kids to play sports, right? Because it teaches you a lot of good life skills, bro. You know, right? And
teamwork, suck it up, all that shit.
Failure, success and shit, right? All in one, dude, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so my son didn't play sports for a while, and then we started talking about baseball all over again, and then it turns out he ended up picking track himself, and now he's been loving it, bro, and I'm like, oh, shit, he's done. He's good at it,
When
you know?
they pick it, it's for real. You know what I'm saying?
And this is a high school, so he didn't play no sports in junior high, and he got to high school, and he's like, I want to try tennis and I want to try track. I was like, all right, whatever and shit, you know, just do it. And he ended up picking track, and now he's running like crazy and shit, you know. So I was like, that's dope. Just, I guess, some things that you'll see coming, like, because sometimes you love something and you want them to do it, and then it doesn't work out, you know.
Yeah, but you can't. It's almost like like we were talking about earlier with the stats or just you can't do it because you're compulsive. That's almost the same shit. You'll want your son to do some shit, but he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm
He's
saying?
his own person and shit.
Yeah.
And he was good at fucking baseball. Like he was good, and I would just be like, "How you don't like it? Like you're good and shit, you know?"
You know what's crazy? We got my daughter in Taekwondo, and we were paying for classes. She was in there with her cousin, and that was the only reason that she wanted to be there. And they had a competition, and the winner was gonna get like a full ride because the master or whatever, he believed in whoever the kid was that much that he wanted to like spend time and like train her and everything. And my daughter won that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got to like an orange belt. This was like when she was younger. I think she was like 5 or some shit like that. But she got there and she won it. And I think when it was time for her to go back, she didn't want to go because her cousin wasn't there or whatever.
Oh man, that sucks. Huh?
Yeah.
But that's she was doing it for the wrong reason in a way, right?
Well,
You know?
I mean, we were kind of doing it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah. But it happens, dude, and you gotta like kind of respect it. That was the toughest thing for me was like, damn, he don't want to play no sports, like like.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, and I was like, well, let me give him some space, and
Like
all
I tried
that,
to recently show my daughter like the gym, and she was working out and she was strong. She was getting into it, and then she just said, "Fuck it" one day. My daughter older though. She gonna be 18 years here.
Oh, all right, yeah. Nah, that's what's up. But anything else you want to say before we close it out, dude?
Shit, I go by Mark 40. I got a bunch of projects on Spotify, Apple iTunes. You can check my website.
You have clothing and stuff.
Yeah,
too, right?
mark4traps.com. But just check me out. I got a lot of new music dropping. I got a new project called Floral Pics, featuring Blue, this guy Hazard. It's X Music. I'm trying to think, man. King Akeem from New Orleans. Bunch of different producers. But a lot of music dropping. Go check it out. Go run the streams up. I'm sure there'll be something that y'all fuck with. And if you need that video work, hit me up, DMT Media Bros.
Yeah, that's dope, man. He do some good work too and shit, man, But yeah, shout out to the sponsors, man. Just Junk Pros. If you need anything removed, just hit them up. And the Sweet Life Micheladas, man, they still be fire. I'm trying to work out something so we have them at our shows that we're going to be throwing next June. We're also going to be giving away some free tickets to those shows. If you're in Oregon or if you're here in Oxnard, we're going to be giving out 2 free tickets to each. You got to live in the area, obviously, if you're going to trek that way.
Another thing, because he did this shit for me. The homie Hazard has a brand new project out right now, and it's one of the dopest projects out right now. You wanna come tell people about it real quick?
It's like he wants to and don't want to.
This nigga been smoking. Don't worry, he a professional.
Yeah. But that was Mark Ford, everybody. And Hazard, everybody knows 40 Ounce Fridays, man. And if you don't know, you sleeping. You sleeping on this shit.
Shout out to my guy 40, man. High Socks and Lo-Fi out now. Hosted by Julio G, produced by Zapata the Ghost. We're definitely proud of this body of work that we put together.
Well, that's what's up, man.
So, yeah,
absolutely. And what episode you on again for?
We just did volume 312 yesterday, so that's 6 years. 312 is 52 weeks in a year.
That's dope.
That's 6 years.
And this new project, it just came out, right?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago now.
All right. High Socks, Lo-Fi.
High Socks in Lo-Fi.
Yeah, make sure you check that out, man.
Yeah. Check the link in my bio on my Instagram. It's there. At I'm a Hazard. But yeah, shout out to the West Factory.
I appreciate that, man. Definitely do.
How you been, dog? You're a busy individual.
Oh yeah, man. We were just in Utah. Now we back. We trekking up to Oregon soon for meeting some folks out there and shit, And then we'll be back here and then planning on go to Texas and shit next, bro, with the other homie that's out there, Trips 1800, doing his music thing out there,
Fire.
So we're trying to go state to state, different areas and shit. We'll be in Idaho soon and, trying to push to the Midwest and see what we can do, bro,
Hey, look, you're going to be big fish, small pond everywhere you go. Like, they're going to want that. They want that music from here.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then we got new music coming out every week right now, dude. We just launched a new track.
Yeah, you guys been active.
With Gangster Wish and a Knockout called Try Me that just came out yesterday. Next week, we got I Love You with Thais out of Oxnard. Good singer, young singer. Dope voice and shit with Knockout too. which is gonna be dope and shit. So but right now it's your project, man. So I'm gonna bump it on the way home right now. Actually,
I'll
shoot
you the link. Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, High Socks and Lo-Fi, hosted by the legendary Julio G and produced by Zapata the Ghost. We got Julio's scratches on a couple records as well. That was kind of cool. It was an honor to work with that dude. In that way. You know,
Julio G, he works on Power 106 and shit. Or
he used to work on. So he worked on the original K-Day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he was on 92.3 The Beat.
Oh, okay. See, I know it was the radio.
Remember, 92.3 The Beat. He had his shit was West Side Radio forever. He just brought it back as a podcast on YouTube. Actually, he's had a few fools on there. I've been on there. He's had Exhibit over there. Frost has been over there. He's had a couple of people over there.
Oh, dope.
I think Rep Matic, DJ. He's got like some like real West Coast like pioneers that he's had so far.
Oh, that's dope. I'm gonna have to check it out. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. The West Side. So so we got the West Side Radio podcast, and then for him to really stamp the project. Like when he heard it, he was just gonna do some drops. Originally, he was like, "Hey, can I get some drops?" And then when he heard a couple songs, he's like, "Hey, bro, I know it's gonna be as good.
Yeah.
I want in, bro. What could I do?"
Oh, that's dope.
And he's been into his word, man. He's really helped me a lot. He's plugged me with a couple of people.
Oh,
So shout out to Julio G, man.
Yeah.
High Socks and Lo-Fi out now. Shout out my guy 40, Mark 40 for hitting me on this one. I was gonna hit you up too, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I was faded. and then it's funny because
you forgot and shit.
And I forgot, and then I get here and I'm faded again.
Yeah.
So there's a pattern in my life right now.
No, I get that, man. As long as you're enjoying it, I see
the
you
reefer
busy
has
too.
dried my eye out.
You grinding and all that too, bro. Actually, Hazard. I was gonna say Oxnard. Hazard has been in our podcast when we first started, bro. When we were doing it with Young Dopey still, remember?
Yeah.
And Young Dopey will come on here and there and shit, dude. But you were one of the first ones where we were doing it with the iPhone, remember? Pre-recorded and shit, bro. So you know what? We're gonna probably try and schedule you back, bro, and do this live again.
I'd love to be back,
because you've done a lot since, bro. Since the last one.
I've been busy.
Hell yeah.
I've been busy for sure.
And definitely.
There's more shit coming too.
Yeah. So we'll definitely schedule something and have you back, and now we do it live and shit.
Let's run it, runner. I'm with it, doggy.
For sure. I appreciate that,
I'm
man.
with it, man. Shout out Mark 40. I didn't mean to crash the interview at all. This guy's a real one. This is my literal compa.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
When he was coming, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna bring Hazard," and I was like, "Is it the same Hazard?" I even told a homie, I was gonna ask you, "Is it the same Hazard from Ontario?"
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, "All right, man."
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it would have been dope to put out the 3 chairs and shit. But
I would have. Yeah, it was super. Well, not last minute, but we talked about it. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's kind of last minute.
Yeah.
All right, let me move. High Socks and Lo-Fi out now. That's it. And we spelled it. I'm a fucking rapper, so as HISOX in Lo-Fi. All right, HISOX in Lo-Fi.
No excuse. Tap it in, man. Make sure you drop a comment and all that. And we'll have Hazard back here for his own interview, man, for sure. Appreciate that, man. But now, anything else you want to say, Mark, to close it out?
Just stream my music, man. My last 2 projects are Death Notes and 33rd, and goddamn, I forgot my last one. What was it? Ghosts and Goblins on LSD. Yeah, that was.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's a dark project. A lot of production from the homie Grin. He's from Sylvania, overseas, so it's pretty dope. That's kind of where I started with the AI shit. But shout out to my boy Haz. We known each other for been like over 10 years, right? Like over 10 years, yeah. Like met in Vegas. Gene from the B-side. Is he still with him? Okay. Homie used to be from the B-side shop. He needed a video done, and then we ended up linking out there, and we were just linking on some live shit. Smoked a blunt, and we've been homies ever since. So shout out to my homie.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I heard of the B-side too. They do interviews and music too, right? Like a kind of like a live stream too.
Yeah, live stream.
Yeah. I remember. I heard of them too and shit.
Yeah, legendary show. I guess you could consider it a podcast, but like a interview show where they play music and they stream like DJ sets and shit.
Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah. No, that's dope, man. But the last sponsor is Val Seafood, man. Should be open on Sunday. Tap in with them and shit. They be doing some bomb-ass ceviche shrimp and all that. I'm actually trying to pull up tomorrow and do a little video trying to eat the food up and shit, dude. And I'm gonna try and find.
Hey, what was that? What was the name of that burger spot? With a homie else, the
proudly
hustler?
serving and shit, bro.
Probably serving.
Proudly serving.
Proudly serving.
Yeah, that's a real good story.
Hey,
You know?
we about to check that shit out right now. Me and the homie.
you'll
We
like
about to
that
have some
shit.
beers and some burgers. So, shout out to the owner. You said he started the shit during COVID.
Yeah,
and
during
then,
COVID, bro. You know, and then he started doing his own thing, and then he's on his second location right now too. And
that's
shit,
a
you
real
know?
motherfucking hustler.
Yeah,
You heard me?
for real. I think he's out of Redondo Beach and shit. Where I'm, you know.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. Nah, but that's what's up. But again, thanks for everybody that tapped in, man. And thank you. I know it's Saturday. I know everybody got some dope shit to do, but y'all still watch us over here. Make sure y'all drop a comment, like,
One more thing.
subscribe,
One
and
more
all
thing.
that.
Actually,
Yeah,
one more
yeah.
thing. One more thing. Last thing.
No,
I
go
promise.
ahead, man. Go ahead.
I do have a show next month, and on the 30th of May at Copper Blues in Oxnard. It's in the collection or whatever. So if you in town on the 30th, pull through. The homie OG David James is gonna be there. Phyllis Driller, and a bunch of other people. So pull through.
That's what's up, man. And thanks for everybody that dropped on the chat. I see somebody new. Power, man. What's up? Thanks for tapping in, giving us a shout out right there. And SI West Best, appreciate you coming through. It's West Up 100, right? Appreciate that, man. But again, thanks for everybody showing love and all that. Thanks for tapping in. And until next time, man, we'll be back tomorrow with the comedian Elias, man, the seated entertainer. You're going to trip out on his story, too. So make sure you tap in tomorrow at 12. But that's what's up. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Hazards.
They already got it on the thing, huh?